Hey everyone, this is Dr. Patrick McGrath. I am head of clinical services for NOCD, and off to the side over there I've got some friends who are going to throw some things out to us, because what we want to talk about a little bit in this video are things not to say to people who have OCD. So let's hear the first one.
Ugh, I'm a bit OCD too.
Oh, I'm a bit OCD too, yes. Never something to say to someone who has OCD. In fact, whenever I'm at a party or something and I tell people that I run an OCD clinic at Amita Health, they have said to me, oh, you know, I have a little OCD. And my standard response to them is, and when you have a strange thought, do you then tell people you have a little schizophrenia? Well, no one has ever said that. So here's the deal. Nobody has a little OCD. You either have it or you don't. You don't have a little diabetes. You have it or you don't. You didn't have a little bit of a heart attack. You had a heart attack or you didn't. It's one or the other. And the reason for this is because OCD is a really significant disorder. And to say that you have a little of it is kind of belittling it a bit. And we don't want to do that. We want to really be sensitive to how serious OCD really is and how much it actually interferes in people's lives. What else do we have?
How many times a day do you wash your hands?
How many times a day do you wash your hands? Which is, of course, the assumption that people with OCD all wash their hands all of the time, and so wouldn't it be interesting to find out? And we know that it's more than hand washing. In fact, what we know from the NOCD app here is that most people have intrusive thought types of OCD, things that you wouldn't even see people doing, because the compulsions that they're doing are likely in their head or maybe some kind of checking or something. But we just don't see that asking people how many times they wash their hands is going to be helpful, because that's making an assumption that that's the kind of OCD they have. How about our third one?
Will you ever be able to live a normal life? Will
you ever be able to live a normal life? The answer should be yes to that question. That's what we would want to say. But here's the thing. Who lives a normal life? I maybe do any of us? I don't really know. So I put normal in quotes when I say, yes, you can live a normal life. People with OCD live a normal life for people with OCD, and people with diabetes live a normal life for people with diabetes. So it's not about that there's a perfect life to live that is free of any kind of disorder or problem. It's how do I know how to live with what I have and be as functional as I possibly can living with the thing that I have. And really that's what our goals are when we're working with people here at NOCD, and our therapists are trying to teach people and their families that. We got another one?
If I move this, will that bother you?
If I move this, will that bother you? Yes, don't touch the pictures in my house. I don't have OCD, and I still don't want you touching all of the things in my home. But how many people then assume that if I just touch something on your desk, that's going to bother you or something like that? And I get that there are people who just want to make light of things, but for people who really have OCD, this is a very serious thing, and they may see that somebody's teasing them or trying to provoke them or something if that's the case. So I would always say to someone, can you tell me what your OCD is and how I might be able to support you, is far better than testing them on, is it okay if I touch this, or all these kinds of things. Anything else? Okay. Those are the ones that are really good to focus on. And for any of you who are using any of our NOCD therapists, I want you to feel free to ask your family members to join in with one of the NOCD therapists that you're working with. If they have questions about OCD, our NOCD therapists are very educated on how to best help you and your family members. For those of you who are watching this who have been thinking about what to do in therapy, our NOCD therapists can be very helpful to you as well. And they can be helpful to you and your family members. If you're just kind of learning about what OCD is, this is a great opportunity to utilize the NOCD network and our professional therapists to be able to help you learn about what OCD is, how it affects you, how it affects the family as well. And just know that you're not alone in all of this. There are just thousands upon thousands of people with OCD, and thousands upon thousands upon thousands of families and friends of people who have OCD as well, who are all suffering with these types of issues. And we want to be able to be helpful to you and educate you. So if you have questions about OCD or how it affects family members, or if you're a family member and want to know how to talk to someone with OCD, feel free to click the link below and talk to one of our NOCD therapists who can be very helpful in those areas. And we look forward to working with you. Thanks a lot.